Point 4. Let me clear my board. I'm going to get some hot chick. I'm going to sit here and wipe the board. In fact, let me message a female right now. Sorry, bear with me. Let me get a member of staff. Right. Point 4. Staff. Now, this is going to be a controversial one, but bear with me. If you're watching so far, you should have learned a lot because we're just getting fucking started. We have 100 business points to go through. We're on number fucking 3. Number 4. Family and friends are actually the best staff you can possibly get. Now, people say don't mix friends with business, don't mix family with business. Can you clean my board? Sit here and wipe it, please. Don't mix friends with business. Get that shit off. Don't mix friends with business. Don't mix family with business. That's a lie. So the reason people say this is because people are dickheads and they can't get along with anyone. They can't get along with anybody long enough to make any money. But I guarantee you have family members right this second who could make you money. I guarantee you have a 15-year-old niece, nephew, cousin, brother, whoever, who knows more about computers than you do. I guarantee there's a 15-year-old out there with nothing better to do who knows more about Photoshop than you do right now. His stupid ass needs a job. So you can start a company right now. You can call up all your cousins. One of my cousins works for me. My brother works for me. One of your cousins, nieces, nephews, whatever, some 15, 16-year-old who's in school and bored and say, we're starting a company. I'm going to make you a director. You're going to have 10% of the business. You're going to do everything I say. And by the time you're 20, you're going to be rich. Not bad. 7 out of 10. You're going to be rich. And he'll come start doing work for you. Now, if he won't listen to you, well, then I don't know. If you can't tell a 15-year-old to do, then you're a dickhead. But me, I always have people I can call on. There must be younger people. You don't need some old person. You need young people. And the reason for this is because young people have nothing to lose. If you hire a 30-year-old man, he has to pay his rent. He hasn't got time to waste. He has rent to pay. He has a car payment to pay, whatever. A 15-year-old, he has nothing. He only does is play video games. So if the business fails, who cares? He has nothing to lose. So why don't you utilize him? You must have friends or family members who are young enough in a position that they have time to waste. Don't hire people who can't afford to not pay their rent. Hire people who live for free. If you have friends and they have a kid, go to your friends and say, your kid's 15, he's good with computers. Yeah, I'm thinking of starting a company. I'm thinking of letting him work with me for free at the beginning, see if he's good, and if he's good, I'll start paying him. They'll love that. They'll love the idea of their son or daughter getting some enterprising work. Yeah, good idea. What's the business name? Bang! There are effectively free workers everywhere. And if they're not free, they're extremely cheap. And they're everywhere. You just don't utilize them. So now, let's think of you own a website business. I don't fucking know website business. Let's say you don't know, like you're me. I don't know anything about building websites. You want to start a website company. It's oversaturated. I wouldn't recommend it, but let's say you start one. You go and you find a 15-year-old and you tell his ass to learn how to make websites. You convince him it's a good idea, and then you start taking money and you give it to the 15-year-old. You're a middleman now. The 15-year-old works for free. You can do websites cheap now. You can do websites for $300. I'll do an entire website for $300. Half now, half when it's done. People are like, $300 for a website? Yeah. $150 now, $150 when it's done. Take $150, give $50 to the 15-year-old, tell him when he's done, he gets another $50. $100 for him, $200 for you, you ain't done shit, boom, wham, bam, done. He can even start your company website for advertising at the beginning for free. Bang, you have free workers out there. Find young people, because young people can afford to work for fucking nothing. You trying to find members of staff that have mortgages and fucking pension plans, that's expensive. The best staff you can find are young people. And in most cases, young people know more than the old people anyway, especially about technology and stuff. Young people are fantastic. I love hiring 18, 19-year-old kids. They know fucking more than me about fucking TikTok, Instagram, all the blah, blah, all the shit that's big. They know more than me. I'm 33, I'm not even old. These kids are sitting there going, we need to do this and this and this. I'm like, go then. They're like, how long is it going to take? They're like, a week. I said, no, it's going to be ready tomorrow. Tomorrow, show me it. Done. Don't piss me off. Go. Speed. Back to lesson 1. Bang. So you already have workers for your business. You already have them. You just don't fucking use them because you're lazy. So contact them right now. Let's get started.
I apologize for the change of pace, but Andrew has invited me here to talk about another very important point when it comes to making money, which is work with family when possible. That's why I'm here. Now, it's very easy for people like me and Andrew to tell you to work just with family members because we're two brothers and we're exceptionally close, but we actually learned this from other people. Me and Andrew have always been best friends, but we used to fight and argue when we were growing up, and when we were 16, 17, we worked in completely different, let's call it fields. I mean, we worked different jobs. We weren't actively putting our resources together and trying to make money. We had some friends who were Pakistani guys from the United Kingdom, and they taught us a very important lesson. One of our friends, I won't say his name, but he had a Ferrari and he used to drive it around our hometown. And we were very impressed and we said, well, you know, how do you have this Ferrari? Because he was only a lawyer, a junior lawyer, making maybe £50,000 a year. A good income, but not a Ferrari income. And he told us, he said, you English people, you white people, actually, he said, mixed race, have it all wrong. I have 6 brothers, and what me and my brothers do is this. One of us is a doctor, one's a dentist, one's a lawyer, one's an architect. We're all in different fields. What we do is we live in the same house. Our wives live with us. Our wives cook the meals and look after our children. And we pool all of our money together. That way we own the house instead of renting 6 other houses. I thought, oh, that's pretty clever. And what about the Ferrari? They said, well, a Ferrari finance payment is £2,000 a month, more than me on my own. However, I don't drive the car all the time. So me and all of my brothers, we bought these finance agreements for the Ferrari, our Range Rover, and our Rolls Royce. And we all drive them whenever we want. I thought, wow, that is smart. That's a conversation that got me and Andrew thinking at a very young age. From that point on, whenever we were renting a small apartment, we'd rent it together rather than pay 2 separate rents. Property prices in England were still too expensive for us to buy. But when we worked together, when we were looking at making money, we thought, how can we do this together? And everything from there went into a single pot. Up until this day, we're multi-millionaires. We share bank accounts. I don't know what's in whose account, under what name, which house, which car is owned by who. I mean, I know on paper, but it doesn't matter because everything is collectively owned. Now it doesn't matter so much. Me or Andrew could go our separate ways, buy our own family home and have 3 supercars each if we wanted to, but we don't. You see, when we were much younger, our first ever supercar was an Aston Martin Vantage. An old one, cost us £65,000 secondhand. It wasn't the most amazing car, but we paid for it, the both of us. That way we had a supercar for both of us to use. The money we saved, we put into business, the other activities we were doing, and that helped us propel forward to the point we're at now. So sure, it'd be easy to divide resources and split now, but why? Am I going to reach the next level faster if I do that? No. So now I live in a 7-bedroom house. My driveway is full. It's got 6 cars on it. I actually need to extend it now because Andrew won't stop buying cars, but that's fine by me. Always work with family. Now, my cousin from the United States is in a very lucky position. He's now living here in Bucharest. He works with us, and he essentially works with us forever. As long as we're making money, he's going to be here and he's part of the team. When I first met him, he was 5 years old. I didn't see him again until he was 19. Now, when he was 19, he was smart. He had it all going on, but he was a bit privileged. His mother was a very well-to-do woman, a best-selling author in the field of political science and a university professor. And he was at university, everything was getting paid for him. I thought, okay, you know, he's not from the same world as me. But then things started going wrong for him. He was sleeping on a floor, delivering pizzas, living the kind of life I remember. So after 2 years of what I call the struggle, I thought, okay, it's time to bring Luke back in. And Luke is now a member of our team, as he is a member of our family. Now, I understand not everybody has brothers. Not everybody has cousins. You may be an only child. You may be an orphan. I don't know what you are. But everyone's got those people. Those people that are so valuable to you that you wouldn't stab them in the back for $1 billion and 1,000 women. Those are the people you want to work with. As long as you are sure that they share your sentiments, those are the people you want to team up with. Pool your resources, live in the same house. If you're broke, if you're both working dead-end jobs, rent one room together if need be. If you're good friends, if you meet a woman, tell them to take a walk for an hour and come back. That is one of the keys to mine and Andrew's success.